God, and Bennett, this football team, this football club. I remember doing the road trip fearing this game simply because of what's happened to us at the end of this season and how we've run out of steam. I love supporting this team and I love supporting this football club, but today they deserve criticism. Every single player on that pitch, again, you can forget your stats, you can forget what you've done before. It's about this. Upstairs, the mentality of these players. When the going gets tough, again, I said it in the road trip, we got behind you, you had a chance. Call yourselves title contenders, we'll back you, let's see what you can do. Let's see how far you can get, and you failed. Fair enough, then you have to admit that we do need improvement, we do need investment, and we do need to actually start getting rid of some players. It's time to call it quits. It isn't. David, I've got no excuses for you. I'm sorry, I can try and defend whatever I can, but that is inexplicable today. It is just not acceptable in football and not acceptable at this level. When it gets to a point where every single away game I'm going to, he's getting jeered and whoa, after every single touch he takes, everyone can see it and he's feeding off it. He's not feeding off it, sorry, they're feeding off him, and he's putting pressure on everyone, including the defenders. Ten Hag threw his Newcastle dice again, didn't he? Free at the back. Delo's first touch, straight to them. First kick from De Gea after having probably his head ripped off at half time, I would hope, is to pass it to Antonio in the second half. It just isn't there with this team. It doesn't matter, they've done good, they've done well this season, and only for what we've done already and where we are right now is it keeping their heads above water right now, because that fan base is angry. You've got United fans there actually calling for Ten Hag, now seeing signs of fans getting fed up with Ten Hag. He has got nothing left, there's no one else to bring on the pitch, there's no other options but to bring on the likes of Fred and Dalot when we're desperate for goals. What is that? We haven't got the depth, we haven't got the squad, all the players, all the quality to change games anymore. We haven't. When you're bringing on Sancho and Martial, and God knows how much them two cost between us, and they offer zero, absolutely nothing, we're not going to get any further than what we are. And that's what I mean by making them tough decisions this summer. Some players, it is finished for them. I support them, I've loved them, I've got behind them in games, but this is it. Hopefully they can get us over the line and get top four now. I've been confident, and you've listened to me continuously talking about us being all right for top four. We'll win our home games, and I still think we will, and I still think we will make top four. But my God, I'm starting to twitch a little bit now because I'm getting vibes from last season. Empty seats and away ends before the game's finished. It's all coming back to us again now. The end of last season was horrific. It really was. It was the worst that I've ever experienced as a United fan. Going from away game to away game and feeling that horrible feeling that you're just going to have the mick taken out of you by the opposition fans constantly because you're crap. That's what we were again today. I looked at the half-time stats, 11 shots. 11! Not one on target. Then they had one shot, which was a back pass, and somehow De Gea manages to balls that up and give them the lead that we was never ever going to get back. When that goal went in, you had that horrible sinking feeling that that was it, because United don't score goals. We don't score goals. We haven't got it in us to come back. If we don't go in front, we don't win the game. Look at the games this season and look at what's happened. There is a pattern, and it's that. You forget about the quality that you've got. If you haven't got it, and you're not willing to fight and match teams' energy, like West Ham, which is all he was, hot air, going at United, waiting for a mistake. They offered nothing. But De Gea handed it to him on a plate. Again, decent enough performance until the goal went in. It's the same against Brighton. We lasted till injury time at Brighton. It was all right. With no end product, no knockout punch. That's what United are right now. But again, another individual error. How many times? How many times? And this fan base, I said it, I tweeted it out. It's starting to get angry. It's starting to turn again. They've had enough. You've got the weight of the ownership coming down. I have no idea what the future of this football club and what they're going to be supporting coming up. They're weighing on crap performances like this against teams fighting relegation, and West Ham actually making themselves safe against us at our expense of getting top four. It's weighing on these fans. There's a Qatar no banner in there. There's fans arguing, fighting, in fact, with each other, being separated by stewards. It's United on United because of this ownership model. They don't want this, they don't want that. Sort it out. The Glazers have just taken this to another level right now in how they've dragged this out. They are destroying the fan base, and you know what? I wouldn't put it past them that this was deliberate in what they're doing in dragging this out. Making fans go, making fans not want to come to Manchester United, letting it deteriorate to a level that it is right now so they can bring in probably investment in the end after all of this has gone down and no new ownership comes in. I can see that and the way they're working. They don't give a toss about the fans of this football club. That's where we're at right now. When you're coming to a point when fans are fighting with each other in the same section, United on United, because of the ownership model, after a performance like that, then you know we're at the end of your ownership. We know we're at the end of the tenure of the Glazers. Just let it go. Put it to bed and give us some respite. Give us some ease, like put our minds at rest. Make the decision, move on. Either way, right now, it's not helping anyone. It's not helping Ten Hag, and that's filtered down into these players who, what I've just described then, is what's coming every single week now. I said it in the road trip, why United stagnating? It's the Glazers. It's the Glazers. We haven't got enough. When Weghorst's our main man in a game like that, when we need to win, no disrespect to him, I praise him and I love his work rate, but sometimes you just have to go, is he the best that we can get? He isn't. How many players on that starting lineup tonight are the better players out there that we can replace? That includes the goalkeeper. That includes everyone who started tonight. I'm not letting anyone off the hook. There are better players out there this club need to buy, need to prioritise and get to it. There's a lot of angry United fans out there tonight because it's happening again. We're seeing these players with that sad downbeat, walk off the pitch, trudging shoulders, because they've been humiliated again by a poorer team. It keeps on happening, and they cannot get over mistakes. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to be able to get over it and actually have the mental strength to work around it. That's what we are missing. We are missing that, and that is what is making this really tight right now in this top 4 fight. We don't know. I'm still confident we'll make it. We have to now just win our home games. It's as simple as that. Win our home games, and if we can't beat Bournemouth away from home, then I'll even give up. I give up. If Chelsea can beat Bournemouth away, then God, so can we. But like I said, we could have been third there today and all this put to bed. No, we're not. What are we now? What is it? +8 goal difference? It's diabolical. It really is. We had a real chance to make a statement this season, and I think we're just running out of steam now, and it's looking like it's just going to all... It just looks like it's falling apart right now. I'm just hoping they've got that little bit and they can use the home crowd and just get over the line and get into the summer and get this sorted and everything straight for next season. Let me know what you think, people. Drop your comments in below.